Thinking about your movements, okay? Okay, so we're going to take a nice deep breath in. So nice and, let me just check my volume a moment. Okay. So, just finding space on the mat. My feet are wider than hip width apart, okay? Nice deep breath in through the nose. Reach up nice and high, and then float the hands back down again, okay? So some of you might want to go even wider than hip width apart, just so you can sink through the middle, keeping your main spine nice and long. Down, reach up, and float the hands back down again, okay? And again, big stretch, and float one more. Down, big stretch, come down. Okay, just take the chin towards the shoulder, keeping that chest nice and open, back through, over to the opposite side. Come back to the middle, chin to chest. And then chin to the ceiling. Okay, I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to go into an upper back and a lower back stretch. So what we want to do is just bring the hands up and through, looking up to the ceiling, and I want you to just lean back, pressing the hips, nice and tall, and just arch back as far as you feel comfortable, okay? And then just float the hands down again, okay? What we're looking to do is keep the chest up, keep the chin up, and we're just looking to curve and open out that back and chest. So reach the hands up nice and high above the head. Look up towards the ceiling, press the hips, keep the neck nice and long. And then come down. We're going to do 2 more of these, okay? So reaching up, nice deep breath in. And each time we're just trying to go a little bit further, reaching over our head, bring the hands down. One more time. Stretch up. And down. Excellent job, okay? So, walk the feet nice and wide. We're going to sit into our goddess position. So keeping that spine nice and long, turning your toes out. We're just going to sit down into the middle. So sit down into that goddess and then press back through the heels, okay? So sitting down, driving the knees outwards. Don't let the knees come inwards. Want it nice and wide. So they're going outwards, almost at a diagonal. Sitting in the middle and back up. So we're going to just keep this moving so until you find your comfortable spot with this, okay? So it's an active movement up and down. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding my hands along to my knees and then I'm pressing back up through my heels. So we'll do 2 more. And last one. Keep that chin up, spine nice and long, and press, okay? So we're going to go down into our goddess position, and we're going to stay in that position. We're going to lift the heels as well today. So we're going to sit down in this position here. We're going to lift one heel to stretch to the ankle, lower it down, bring the other heel up, and then just press back up again. We're going to repeat that again. Lower down, bring the heel, and the heel, and then press up. We'll do 2 more of those, okay? Down, lift, lift. My upper body's not moving, it's just the legs. Last one. Down, press, press, come back up again. Okay, so we're going to look to do our linking moves with these. We're going to look to bring our shoulders in like yesterday, and then we're also going to look at doing our forward fold with the shoulders, okay? So keeping that upper body, spine nice and long, chest and chin lifted. Let's lower down, take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, sink into your goddess. And we're going to twist the shoulder forward. 1, twist the opposite shoulder, working through the shoulders and the torso. And then here, allow the hands to drop through the middle and then just slowly press those hips upwards. Allow the head to just drop down, just hold the position there. Okay, so this is firing up the hamstrings, lower back, and then curl all the way up to standing. So this time, we're going to go back down to that goddess, work through the torso and the shoulder, and then we're going to bring in that shoulder stretch as well. So sink nice and low, and we're going to press the shoulder. Press, looking to turn, but keeping a long spine. One more. Float the hands down, press the hips up, drop the head down. This time, take the hands around behind, and then just lower and down, opening out the chest, feeling the stretch at the front of the shoulders. Knees can stay slightly bent. And then release the arms down. And then curl all the way back up again, okay? So this time, we're going to look to do exactly the same again, and we're going to add in our side lunges, okay? Where we drop nice and low to the floor, okay? So down into that goddess position. Nice deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And we're going to twist, 2, 3, 4. Allow the hands to float down, press those hips up, drop the head. Bring the hands around behind. And we're going into that open stretch for the shoulders and the chest. Just hold that position there. Allow the hands to come down, and hands in the middle. We're going to drop into that side lunge. I've got a nice sunrise here this morning. Go through to the other side. And then switch again. We're doing 4 of these. And switch. And then through the middle, so on both the knees. Then I'm going to straighten my legs and drop the head down into that forward wide fold. Then curl all the way back up again. Excellent job. Okay, let's do that one more time. Everything together, okay? So we're just really working hips, shoulders. Each time we do this, it should start to feel more natural, looking to get a deeper squat or deeper through the hips, okay? So into that goddess, deep breath in, and lower down, knees out. So we're going to turn, press the shoulder, press that shoulder, keep the torso. Excellent job. Float the hands down through the middle, press the hips up, drop the head. Take the hands around behind, and then just open out that chest and the shoulders. Hold the position there. Allow the hands just to come down in the middle for support, and we're going to drop over to one side into that side lunge. Trying to keep the heel on the floor. This side I'm slightly tight, so my heel lifts. Coming back through the middle, and then 2 more. So back through the middle, and again, opposite side. And then both hands on the floor. We're going to crouch back through the middle, press the hips up, drop the head into that forward fold. And then curl all the way back up again. Okay, I'm going to step to the end of my mat. So, if you remember from yesterday, we worked on a downward dog, a rag dog, and we also introduced a lunge twist with our quad stretch, okay? So we're going to have a go at looking at that again. So we're going to walk down just forwards, actually. I'm going to go to the middle of my mat a little bit. So we're going to just go all the way over. We're just going to look for a forward fold, looking to get our fingertips on the ground. Now, if you want to, you can keep those knees straight. And we're just looking at dropping that head down, just so that we warm up hamstrings. There we go, coming back up again. Okay, so I want you to lower down. We're going to go into a 4-point position. So these set yourselves up, back nice and flat, toes are tucked under. We're going to press up into our downward dog move, okay? So hips go high, up we go. And from here, we're just going to walk the dog. Press the heels down, just looking to warm through, working those ankles, working the hips. And hold it there, okay? So we're going to shuffle the feet in. So you're going to walk your feet in, keeping the hands on the floor, into that position there. Now, if you need to bend your knees slightly, you can. And we're going to go into our ragdoll. So we're going to cradle our elbows and head, and we're just going to hold in that folded position. Just holding it there. And again, my knees are slightly soft, but I'm looking to take my chin towards my knees and my chest towards my thighs, and I'm just holding in that ragdoll position. If you want to twist a bit just to help out, by all means move around a bit. Okay, I'm going to take my hands back to here, and I'm going to go back into a lunge, okay? So I'm going to press my right leg all the way back. I'm going to alter my front foot slightly as well. So I'm going to try and get into that deep lunge position here. My heel is lifted on my back leg, my knees off the ground. And then I'm going to turn and I'm going to twist. Try to take the hand up nice and straight and follow your eyes up to the fingertips. Bring the hand back down again, and we're going to lower that back knee. I don't know if you remember from yesterday, we were looking at bringing the leg up into that quad position. Now, you can alter, your aim is to try and grab your heel. Now, if you remember, I'm not particularly flexible on this side, so I'm leaning my hand in. Oh, I've got it today. So opening out the hip, working on that quad. Just hold that position there. And lower it down. Bring the hands back, and then press that knee back up into that lunge position, okay? We're going to bring the other foot back, so it's long, and then from here, we're going to press up into that downward dog position. Just hold the position there. And we're going to walk the feet in. So try and keep the hips up, bring the feet in. I'm just moving my hands slightly. And then back into that ragdoll position. So this time I can straighten my legs a bit more because I'm a little bit more together. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about trying, having a go at each of the moves, okay? So this time, hands down, I'm going to take my left foot into a deep lunge. So I'm going backwards. So this side I'm a little bit more flexible on. I'm just holding that position there. Knee is off, and then I'm going to turn towards you and follow my fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Bring that arm down, and I'm going to bring my knee down, and then I'm just going to alter my front hand, bringing my leg up, and I'm going to go for my heel on this side. And lower that one down. Bring the hands back. Knee comes up into that plank position. And then we're going to walk up. And we're going to walk the feet all the way in and come up to standing, okay? Excellent job. Right. So that's kind of warmed our knees up. We're going to go on to our warrior poses, okay? So again, still with the hips, still with the core. And we're going to work on an upward facing dog as well. So we're going to start down on the mat. So if we just lower down, bring our knees all the way down onto the floor. Into our 4-point position, because we're going to go up into a downward dog, okay? So from here, press the hips up nice and high and lift. We're going to lift our right leg up to the ceiling into our 3-legged dog. Then from here, remember we jumped it through yesterday into our warrior one. So bring that knee through, big press, and lift the chest up into that warrior one. We also brought the humble warrior in. So we take the hands, sweep the hands down, chest goes forward onto the knee, and looking to flatten out the back, open the shoulders, okay? Just holding that position there. Looking to sweep the hands down, and we're going to lift that back knee into our A stretch. Just holding that position there, working on the core, on the ankle. Excellent. From here, cross it over, open out the hip, and into our figure four. So keep the chest lifted, bend that leg, cross it over, and again, just looking to hold that position there. Press back up again, hands come down, and we're going to press that heel back, and we're going to drop down, and we're going to turn into our warrior two. So opening out the hip and the chest, hands are shoulder height. From there, back into our reverse warrior. And then sweep both the hands down, all the way, and then turn the hip back in, so my heel comes up, okay? From here, we're going to bring the leg back, and then I'm lowering all the way to the floor, and then up into upward facing dog. And my thighs are off the ground, my neck is nice and long, just holding that position there. Okay, lowering it back down again, nice and slowly. Tuck the toes under. We're going to press up into our downward facing dog. So pressing the hips up, nice and high, legs nice and long. Press and up. Hold that position there. Left leg into our three-legged dog. Heel to ceiling, nice and high. Bring the knee in, and we're going to jump it through and forwards all the way up into our warrior one. Try to keep that back leg nice and strong, lifting up the chest. From here, sweep the hands down, leaning forward, we're going to go into that humble warrior. So take that chest down to the knee, and then lift the hands up. Opening out the chest, shoulder blades come together. Float the hands down, and then we're going to press up into that A stretch. Trying to get the knee in line with the hip. And then we're going to cross over, opening out the hip, bringing the hands together into prayer, and then sinking low. Try and sit down as low as you can into that figure four position. Keep that knee open. Coming back up. Allow my hands to float down, and I'm going to press my heel back, and I'm going to go out and turn into that warrior two position. Chin lifted, hip open, nice and strong base. Slide my back hand down the leg, up into that reverse warrior. Bring both the hands forward, all the way down, turn the hip in, bring the legs back, lower the knees and the arms to the floor, and then press up into that upward facing dog. Just hold the position there. From here, we're going to sink back, and we're going to press our hips all the way back, bottom to heel, into a long child's pose. Forehead to mat. And we're going to go all the way through again. Drop the hips into that upward facing dog. Excellent job. Now from here, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to go back up into our downward dog, okay? So tuck under and then we're going to press nice and high. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bring that heel up. And we're going to bring through into pigeon. So bend the leg, turn it, and then opening out. Now, not sat on my heel or my foot. My hips are square. And then I'm going to go down into my lying position. Really feeling the stretch through the glute. Nice and deep into the muscle. Just hold that position there. And we're going to walk back up again. Remember yesterday we introduced the start of what would look like a mermaid. So from here, you're going to turn, look over your shoulder with your long leg, okay? And then you're going to bring that leg up. You're going to try and get onto your foot. So we're going into that mermaid position. So again, bringing the quad into it. And we're looking just to start that mermaid position, okay? Allow the leg to go down. From here, just lift the hips up and we're going to press that leg backwards. And we're going to go up into our downward dog. From here, let's lift the left leg. Lift it nice and high. Try and keep the hips straight, mind twist slightly. Bring the knee in, into pigeon on the opposite side. So again, I'm not sat on my foot. My knee is out to the side. And I'm going to go over the top. So I'm keeping my leg nice and long, sliding my hands, looking to get my chest and my forehead onto the floor. And again, nice deep stretch. Keeping my breathing long and slow. Sliding back up again. So just looking over with my straight leg, I'm going to lift into that mermaid. Now let's see whether I'm better on this side or not. That's better today. So this is just our first position into mermaid, okay? We're not going to lift the forward arm. We're just going to hold, working on that stretch, okay? Just holding it there. So you're feeling it in the quad. Now, if you can't do that, your aim is just to lift the heel up. If you can't bring the hand into it, just lift the heel. And lower that down. I'm going to bring the legs all the way round. Find your seat bones. Sit nice and tall, okay? We're just going to go into a forward fold. So reaching forward, chin, and just be as long as you can. Pulling the core in, allowing the head to drop forward. And just stretching out through. You go as far as you can. The aim is to try and get the chest onto the knees. I'm not at that point. And sit back up again. Now from here, we're going to take the hands. Fingertips are going to point towards your bottom. And from here, we're going to lift the hips up into a reverse plank. So you're going to have your weight on your heels. Legs are nice and straight. And you're going to press from here and lift the hips up. So you're not trying to arch the back. You're trying to press up in a nice straight line into a reverse plank. Fingertips pointing towards your feet. And then lower that back down again. Excellent job. Bring the knees in. And we're going to roll all the way back. And from here, reach through. We're going to go into our happy baby. So take our heels, open out the hips. Make sure your back is intact with the floor. Your knees are bent and you are holding onto those heels. Try not to rock and roll anywhere. We're going to bring those knees down, close them together. We're going to come up into a seated position. Just hold that position there. Let me just check my timings. I don't want to make you late for school. Okay. A couple of minutes. Excellent. Okay, from here, we're going to tuck the legs round. I'm going to face you here. Okay, let's reach up nice and high. Just bring the hands down. And we're just going to go over to the side and back. We're just going to keep the flow going. So just move and you're going to go as far as you can. So in our hero position, legs are tucked under. Big stretch all the way to your fingertips. Excellent. A couple more. One more. You'll feel great when you go to school this morning. Okay, reach round. Big hug, open out those shoulder blades. Bring the hands back. We're going to take them up behind the head and we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So we're going to close in and then we're going to arch and lift. So lift the chin up to the ceiling, working that upper back. We're just trying to flow from move to move this morning, okay? Just trying to keep things going. 2 more. Excellent. Allow the hands to come down. So rock forward onto your toes and we're going to press back and lift those heels. Try and get the heels onto the floor and into a little ball, okay? So we're just doing some ankle flexibility as well. Just hold that position there. Slightly different from early man. Just in that kind of hugging. Place the hands down on the floor. You're going to press the hips up as high as you can into that forward fold. Now if you can, we're going to go back into our ragdoll, holding onto the elbows. And this time it should feel a bit easier to fold all the way over. Allow the hands to float down and then curve all the way back up. Take the feet nice and wide again. Turn the toes out slightly. We're going to finish where we started. We're going to sink down into that goddess pose. So sink down. And we're going to lift the heel. Other heel. And this time, let's try and lift both of them. Both of them coming up. Press down and come up. Let's do that one more time. So we're going to sink down. If you want to, you can bring the hands in. Palms to ceiling. Lift, lift, and then both come up together. And then press through the middle. We're going to do that one more time. Sink down, turn the palms over. Lift, lift, and then both together into that goddess position. And then press down. Excellent job. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Reach nice and high. Float the hands down one more time. And bring the hands together. Excellent job, guys. Well done. Hopefully you enjoyed this morning. I feel much better for that. Have a great day and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Thank you.